Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm, great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. And I must say good morning to you guys. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. If you are interested in financial news and commentary from a Black perspective, then make sure you subscribe to the Black Financial Channel, theblackfinancialchannel.com. We believe in Blackness. We also believe that economic intelligence is the key to your liberation. If you don't understand money, then you can't obtain money. And also, if you don't understand money and can't obtain money, then you certainly will not be able to keep money. And so why am I talking about this today? Well, because I want to talk to you about something that we know a lot about as a community. We know a lot about hip hop. A lot of us follow rappers. We have our favorite rappers. I know I got my favorites. My 2 favorite rappers are T.I. and Ice Cube. So maybe that makes me an old man. I don't know, but those are my 2 favorite rappers. And another really talented rapper, I think she's talented, is a lady named Megan Thee Stallion. Now, I was talking about Megan Thee Stallion, earlier, now here's the deal. I was talking about it last week from a social standpoint, from a social commentary standpoint, her and Cardi B. You guys know, I have daughters, and I really think that we should really think carefully about letting white people put Black people on TV to promote prostitution to little girls, because we got a sex trafficking issue in our community. We have an issue with little girls being raped. We have an issue with little girls thinking that they're ready for grown man relationships when they're really not. We have an issue with little girls 15 years old getting pregnant by grown men. So I think that you might want to reconsider the fact that you're allowing these non-Black entities to come in and to mass promote the sexualization of young children. Because again, I told you, I heard about Megan Thee Stallion from a 12-year-old. I think that if you want to put that adult content on an adult platform where only adults can access that, then that's fine. But when you're marketing that on the radio and all the kids are hearing about it at school from their friends, and you're pushing it all through the internet, through every platform that you can, and it's even on TikTok, then you've got to take responsibility for what's happening to your little girls years down the line when they're getting into these relationships that they're not ready for. You got to go look at the culture. The music drives the culture. The music drives the culture. Whether you're talking about the civil rights movement and Sam Cooke driving the culture, you can also talk about Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and hip hop driving the culture. Music drives culture. Music impacts the subconscious mind. Give me a yes in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. This is a conversation only for intelligent Black people. Some of you may not be ready for this. Some of you don't want to hear things that you don't want to hear. Some of you may want to go to a dumber spot. You can go to a stupid place. There's plenty of retarded places on the internet that you can go to where they will feed you a bunch of bullshit. But this is not one of those places. I'm not that guy. I'm just not that guy. I ain't got time to play with you. I can only break down what I know, and I'm a PhD, so I'm not gonna see things the way everybody else sees them. So either you trust me or you don't. Either you believe me or you don't. Either this has value or it doesn't. Or either you care about your girls or you don't. But everything you do in your community has an impact on how your community turns out. So if you're applauding genocidal debauchery, then guess what? You're going to get genocidal debauchery, point blank, period. All right. So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. I don't have a lot of time, but I'm going to break this down for you really, really quick. Also, don't forget that we are building a Black movie industry. We believe that if we want to control media, we got to build media. So we are supporting Black-owned filmmakers. Tonight, we're doing Black Movie Night, which is totally free. All I want you ain't got to pay no money. I just want you to pay attention. We got a Black film, a great Black film called Funeral of a Nation by a guy named Harold Lilly that we're going to show tonight at 8 o'clock for free, sponsored by the Black Business School. So if you'd like to join us, go to blackmovienight.net, not .com, blackmovienight.net. So somebody please type that in the chat if you can. Type it in for me, blackmovienight.net. So if you go to blackmovienight.net, you can register and you can join the event tonight. Okay, guys, so let me just quickly kind of analyze some of what I saw with Megan Thee Stallion and her contract. I was really intrigued by this, and I'm going to try to talk about this in a way that's not, that's not nasty or overly judgmental, because sometimes I have to remind myself that some of these artists are young. In fact, I think Megan Thee Stallion, I think that poor girl, I think she's maybe in her mid-20s. And if I'm not mistaken, and I think that she just got shot in the foot. And I think that the fact that she just got shot in the foot, and it's the same month that her album was #1, it says a couple of interesting things about hip hop. One, it speaks to a type of dysfunction. Hip hop, unfortunately, what it's become is it's become Black dysfunction on full display. And I believe that there's a reason they market that. They market Black dysfunction. They market dysfunction over intelligence. That's why Joe Biden did an interview with Cardi B, because he didn't want to speak to intelligent Black people. He spoke with Cardi B. Shout out to Dr. Shauna, the psychologist, for pointing this out. He wanted to talk to Cardi B because he knew he would get a softball interview. He wanted to talk to Cardi B because he knew he wouldn't get asked the hard questions. He wanted to talk to Cardi B because he would not get challenged. Now, Black intelligence, though, is growing. He also, remember, if you recall, Biden also spoke to Charlemagne the God, and that didn't go so well. Charlemagne the God wasn't on script. Charlemagne the God asked Biden the questions that the rest of us want, and I was really, and I can tell you, I know Charlemagne. I talk to him, and I share thoughts. I say, hey, you might want to consider asking him this. And next thing you know, the questions popping up, and they don't want that kind of smoke. They don't want smoke from intelligent Black people. They want the ignorance. So that's why they market the ignorance. They market the ignorance for the same reason Donald Trump loves hoes. Donald Trump doesn't like intelligent women around him or women that'll challenge him. Donald Trump wants hoes around him, right? He wants cheap women around him. He wants flimsy women around him, right? Why? Well, because they're going to go along with his program. Well, Joe Biden and Donald Trump are not that much different. So, they both kind of like Black people, or they like certain people that are going to go along with their agenda and support what they believe. And that's what it is. So basically I was reading about Megan Thee Stallion's contract, and actually I'm going to put a copy of it on my Facebook page so you can actually look at it. But it's a really interesting contract. It's with the company that she's fighting with. The company's called 1501 Entertainment, if I'm not mistaken. And apparently she's 1501 certified entertainment, and she's suing them. And I think that she's positioning the whole argument as they are basically screwing me. They're robbing me. They're not letting my music go out because, or at first they weren't. They had an injunction, and then the injunction got removed by a judge. But they weren't letting her music go out because they were basically mad that she wanted to renegotiate her contract. Now, here's why I wanted to bring this up. This happens all the time in hip hop. It happens all the time in hip hop music. And I can tell you exactly why this kind of thing happens. Remember, hip hop is a slave. It's a slave industry, just like sports and everything else. And basically, in this industry, they're able to fully take advantage of the fact that especially amongst Black people, young people, etc., we're more interested in the entertainment. We're more interested in providing the entertainment side of what we do than we are in the actual business side of what we do. I've been a business professor for a long time, and I can tell you that if I went to the hood or went to a group of young Black people at HBCU or whatever, and in one room, I was hosting a conference on how to understand business, how to understand your money, how to understand contracts. In the other room, there was a seminar on how to twerk or how to rap. There would be 10 times, 100 times more people in the other room than there would be in the first room. I read through what they put in her contract. Now, Megan Thee Stallion, she's using her popularity basically to make her point. She's saying, they screwed me, y'all. They did me wrong. And honestly, that becomes, and no disrespect to her, I'm not dissing her or anything, but that's victim language, right? That's victim language. And if you go, I'm a slave. They're taking my money. This ain't fair. Okay, I get that. Fine. Maybe it isn't fair. Maybe it isn't fair. But the reason I call it victim language is because you're basically saying I'm a victim. I'm a victim of what somebody else did to me. But really, when you use victim language and you say you're a victim, my next question for you, the honest question for you is, if you're the victim, then who's the perpetrator, right? So my question is, okay, so if I go back and I look at this contract and I say, okay, you're a victim. That means somebody screwed you. Who did the screwing? Okay, let's see. Who signed this contract? Did they sign it? Did they forge your signature? Um, did they take you in the bathroom and beat you to the inch of your life and force you to sign it after that? Did they do like Suge Knight did Vanilla Ice and hang you out the window, hang you out the balcony window by your ankles and make you sign? Is that what they did? Because all those things are illegal. They can't do that. Did you sign that contract? And if you signed the contract, then you're both the victim and you're the perpetrator. And I know that this is not consistent with the victim language that gets fed to you, where, because you're black, you're always going to get screwed, or because you're a woman, someone's always out to get you. But, at the end of the day, I know a lot of people who would have read that contract and wouldn't have signed it. I'm not dissing her, because unfortunately, she's also a victim of bad culture. Bad culture says that we are much quicker to teach our kids how to rap than we are to teach them how to read. The culture says that we have many kids who can twerk, but don't know how to do math. The culture says that we have a lot of kids who can throw a football and dribble a basketball, but they don't really know a whole lot. They can't even buy a share of stock, don't know how to buy real estate, don't know nothing about the game of business. So here's what happens, right? So you're showing up to business. Business is a game, y'all. Business is a game. Business is a competitive game. Dr. Claude Anderson talks about it all the time in Powernomics, which most black kids don't read. Every black child should be reading this, but you don't read this because you're basically consuming whatever information white people want you to have, right? So, but in Powernomics, he talks about how business is a competitive game. So you're showing up at a competitive game. Now, mind you, the person on the other side of the contract in that game, your opponent, their family, they're from the Rothenstein family, and in the Rothenstein family, nobody knows how to fucking twerk. Nobody, if they have a twerking contest in the Rothenstein family, it would be hilarious. In the Rothenstein family, they're not in the studio busting raps trying to get out the hood. In the Rothenstein family, their parents are saying, "Son, you better do your homework tonight." Right? In the Rothenstein family, they're not trying to get record deals. They're trying to get into Harvard. In the Rothenstein family, they're not looking for jobs. They're starting businesses and trusts and LLCs. I'm talking about at the age of 13. So you're sitting down in this competitive game with Mr. Rothenstein. You're the hottest rapper in the hood. Mr. Rothenstein was the biggest nerd at the synagogue. And you're trying to play a competitive game with him. And Mr. Rothenstein may not even he doesn't even have to be a bad guy to screw you. He doesn't, all he's got to do is look out for his interests. All he's going to do is say, well, if I'm investing money in making you famous, then I deserve a cut of that money. I'm going to, and I read through Megan Thee Stallion's contract or what they said about it. And I said, okay, so they're saying that they want 30% of, they want to build this brand. Nobody knew who Megan Thee Stallion was. I mean, give me a yes or no if you knew who Megan Thee Stallion was 4 years ago, right? When she was rapping in college and at an HBCU. Nobody knew who Megan Thee Stallion was, right? Somebody had to build that brand. So I'm imagining that Mr. Rothenstein or whoever, maybe it wasn't the Rothenstein who ran this label, but y'all know there's a lot of folks running these labels that are not black. He's just saying, well, I'm going to make sure I look out for my interests, and I'm going to assume you're going to look out for yours. If we're playing in a basketball game, I'm going to play offense and defense. I'm going to try to score points, and I'm going to try to block shots. I'm going to assume that you're going to play offense and defense for yourself. It's not my job to play defense for you. When the Dallas Cowboys play the Washington Redskins, and the Redskins cannot show up to the game and play no defense and then say the Cowboys screwed us because nobody was playing defense for me. Well, people, they're going to be like, well, that's your job. It's your job to look out for your interests. So Mr. Rothenstein is going to step up and say, look, the contract's here. Nothing is hidden. Nobody's forced to do anything. Look, Megan, okay, you say you want this deal really bad. Okay, cool. You're a great artist. We think you're awesome. We'd love to work with you. But make sure you read the contract carefully, because we don't want you to sign anything that is going to harm you later on down the line. We don't really, and again, this is really what a lot of people expect. They're really kind of expecting something even above and beyond this. You're really expecting your enemy to love you like your mama. You're expecting your competitor to play defense for you and to play offense for you and to score points for you, right? So literally you walk around later. So she's desperate to sign the deal. She's desperate to become famous. She wants to sign the contract, doesn't care what's in it. I'm sure somebody said, well, did you read the contract? Make sure you read the contract now before you sign it. That desire to become famous, again, hood famous, that's our culture, right? We want to be lit. We want to be famous. We want to be the big shot. We want to get on stage, right? So because we want to get on stage and because we want to be lit and because we want to be famous, for a lot of the guys, we want to get the girls and the cars and everything else. We're not even thinking about the business side of this. We think we make the stupid, not stupid, scratch that. I'm going to say stupid. I'm sorry. We make the incorrect assumption that the entertainment industry is run by the entertainers. We make the mistake of believing that entertainment is controlled by entertainers, that the most famous person on stage is the person who has the power. That right there is fundamental mistake number one. Let me give you a free business lesson and explain to you that entertainment is not run by entertainers. Entertainment is run by those who control the entertainment industry. The entertainment industry is run by the industrialists. Entertainment is run by those who own the stage, not those who are on the stage. Those who are on the stage are puppets to those who own the stage, those who finance the stage, those who built the stage. So one of the reasons I talk to you guys consistently about building a Black music industry or a Black film industry, while we do things like Black Movie Night, which we're doing tonight, we're showing Black-owned films, is because we have to learn how this game is played. But it's very, very hard for me to break this down for you if you're distracted because somebody got a big booty and she's twerking next to Cardi B. And you think that that's the littest thing in the universe. I can't help you. I don't know what to do with you. I don't know how to help you come out of this trance. So when I saw that Megan Thee Stallion was upset about her contract, I said, yeah, that's typical. It happens all the time. Been happening since the music industry began. It's been happening. Happened to the Migos. The Migos were some guys who, damn near say, honestly, they talk about what we're promoting in the music. They promote ignorance. They promote materialism. They promote superficial behavior. They don't promote education and critical thought. And what that does is it creates an environment where when people like me come along, and I am a critical thinker, I think I play chess on everything that I do. So when I come along as a critical thinker and say, let's think critically about economics. Oh, you just hating, dog. They just lit. Okay. All right. Well, let's think critically about voting. Let's talk about who we're going to vote for. Nah, we need to vote for if you don't vote, you don't count. Why are you hating? You're a Trump supporter. You're a Trump supporter, right? So what you do is you create an environment that breeds ignorance. We sustain an environment that attacks those who say, let's elevate the conversation. Let's be a little bit smarter. Let's be a little bit strategic. Let's start playing chess instead of checkers. So I got to run, actually. I don't have much time to talk today, but I just want to break this down real quick. I looked through the terms of Megan Thee Stallion's deal, and I really saw something that I have seen 1,000 times over and over and over again. Young people go into the industry. Nobody ever taught them about business. They never took the time to even want to learn about business. And then they sit down and you're competing with people who've been thinking about nothing but business. Megan Thee Stallion's label, it may not be white owned, it may be Black. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a white person in the background though calling the shots. I wouldn't be surprised, but then again, it ain't even a racial thing. It's a personal responsibility thing. Seriously, really, I can imagine if, and this is what your children are going to go through, because many of you are smart. That's why you're here. That's why you're not, because I'm sure there's some rapper who's doing a stupid video about how much weed he smoked last night and there's 10,000 people watching. But the people that are watching, your children are going to be different because you're here. Your children are going to be the leaders. Your children are going to be the new Rothensteins of business. And I can tell you what's going to happen. They're going to be apprehensive about signing contracts with people and helping people because they're going to basically know that there are people who are going to agree to a deal, beg you for a deal, want to sign the deal, not read the deal, and then later on say, you screwed me because I signed a bad deal. Well, I didn't fuck you. You fucked yourself. You know, you got raped. Yes, you are a rape victim right now. Maybe you are a financial rape victim, but you need to go to the police and you need to go have them do a lineup. And when you look at the mugshots, you're going to see a picture of yourself, because if you made the decision to sign that contract, if you made the decision to sign that deal, if you made the decision to go after that relationship, then nobody's here to babysit you. You are not a child. You are not a child. Everybody want to be grown and independent until it's time to take responsibility. Then they want to go back and rewrite history like I'm a victim. Well, you know, would you have said that? You know, no disrespect to Megan. I'm not attacking her. I'm talking to her like I would talk to my daughter. You know, okay, so 4 years ago when you were chasing that label down, trying to get a deal with them, did you think that you could be a victim? Like, did you know what was in that deal? Did you take the time to even think about? If you didn't know, why didn't you know? Was it because they hid it from you? Did they lie to you? Did they force you to sign a bad contract? Or did you choose to do it yourself? End of the day, this is my point. If Megan watches this, this is no disrespect to her. So Megan, don't let me hurt your feelings. Sometimes I'm a little bit harsh. I got that from my daddy. My daddy would just tell me, sometimes my daddy would literally just be like, you being a dumbass right now. And sometimes we need that. So my point is, and I'm not just talking to Megan, I'm talking to anybody who's listening. You must know business. You must learn how to play chess. You have bad culture. You must disconnect from some of that culture. Your culture is built on instant gratification. It's built on materialism. It's built on superficiality. It's built on ignorance. And at the end of the day, you're going to get screwed over and over and over again, because nobody's pushing you to think critically about the choices that you make in your life. So that's it. Now, stop asking me about Jay Morrison. I did a video about it. It's over with. If you keep asking about it, I'm going to have to block you out of my chat. I want to make that 100% clear. I already did a video. Go refer to my video. So that's all I got to say, guys. Have a good day. Thank you for listening. Sorry to be so serious this early in the morning, but do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget that tonight we're doing Black Movie Night. If you'd like to join us at Black Movie Night, you can register for free at blackmovienight.net. That's blackmovienight.net. I will see you guys soon. Have a good day. Talk to you later. Peace.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV.